Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. And the YouTube channel is pretty cool. If you haven't checked it out, you might want to do that. I am Martha Brown, your host for today's activities. We are presenting today Music Therapy with Aileen Hummell. Let me give you a little thumbnail about Ms. Hummell. She's a board-certified music therapist in the DFW area. She has practiced music therapy for 40 years, focusing on Alzheimer's, dementia, the elderly population, hospice, and adult learning disabilities. She has accompanied Dasei Sultanov, the cellist, for 15 years in the USA and internationally. Aileen is just really talented, and we are proud to have her here to share music therapy with us today. Aileen, the show is yours.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So glad to be here. And thank you, Gail, for making this possible. And thank you, Martha. I was just listening to everybody's what they're going to do for Thanksgiving. So I think my session today will be focused on Thanksgiving music, of course. And I was telling Martha earlier that I actually had a sweater on and I had to change to something that's not so heavy because my house was starting to get warm because I was cooking. I have 2 boys coming home tonight. And I was trying to get everything done before they got home. I was baking and cooking and and then we're going to have 25 people over for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my word, that's a lot of people.
Thank you for making time for us.
Oh, you're welcome. I am so glad to be able to do this. I wanted to do Thanksgiving songs with you. So I just want to know just a little bit about each and every one of you. Are you familiar with music therapy?
Oh,
You
yes.
are, Don.
Yes,
Little bit. Yeah.
we when we at the Alzheimer's Association, they put on a program on Tuesdays, a Tuesday program that they both had musical therapy. I mean, we were meeting in person, so we each were given a drum or a gong or something to play on, but we enjoyed that very much.
Oh, that's good. And Steve?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually I did a drum session along to another dementia group when they had a guy come in or a lady, I don't remember. I think it was a guy come in and we did the drums and the whole thing.
Drum circle.
Drum circle, the whole thing type of thing. But I just enjoy music, and so I think it's been good.
Right. Thank you. What about Martha?
I worked in the hospice field for 25 years and have had a lot of people that would love to come in at the last hours and play music for those who were on their way to their next adventure.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I've been working with hospice since 95. So yeah, I love it.
When I was a hospital chaplain, that was the same thing.
Oh, great.
We'd have people actually one of the things I remember most is a family who all gathered around and sung hymns as the person died. It was just so amazing.
It is very amazing, and music touches everybody. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from. Every country has their own type of music. Every culture has their own. So that's great. Any musicians in the group? You are Dusty.
Yeah.
You played a guitar. Oh my goodness. You're probably better than me. I'm sure you are. I'm trained as a classical pianist, so I kind of pick a little bit on the guitar. So maybe you can join me when we do the songs. Yeah.
I play guitar, but I don't really do much anymore because my hands just don't work.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking of doing this by the piano, but my husband's computer here, his desktop, is not close to the piano. So that's where he has his webcam. So anyway, Thanksgiving is a very, very special time for everyone. And today I just thought that we would go through some Thanksgiving songs and maybe share some memories. I am going to see if I can share with you. Let's see. A PowerPoint that I made of various songs.
Oh,
Turkey
yeah.
Oh,
in
I
the
know. Isn't that
straw.
funny?
We see it.
As I was going on down the road.
We'll eventually sing that. So Thanksgiving songs. One of the more famous or well-sang songs is Over the River and Through the
Through
Wood.
the wood. Yep. To grandmother's house we go.
Yes, yes. So I thought maybe we could all sing together if we
Okay.
can, or you can whistle, or you can hum. And you know what? We all make a joyful noise.
Yeah, we do.
We do. It doesn't matter what it sounds like, but that's what I say. And when I was in music school, the instrumentalist, you know, you can practice your horn, practice your violin, and you can get good at it. Whereas the singers, they either have it or they don't, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have it, too bad.
Just,
Yeah,
just
I don't have
hum.
it.
Just hum it.
Yeah, you can hum it or you can sing. There's
Yeah,
no
whatever.
there's no requirement here. No, nobody's gonna judge you. So Dusty, you can join me if you'd like with your guitar. And we're gonna do Over the River and Through the Wood in G, if you'd like. Over the river and through the wood to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to
Carry the sleigh through the white and drifted snow.
Over the river and through the wood, oh how the wind is blow. It stings the toes and winds the noses.
Over the ground we go.
Next page. Over the river and through the wood, run fast like apple brains. Spring over the ground like a hunting hound for his Thanksgiving. Over the river and through the wood, now grandmother's cap I spy. Hurrah for the fun is the pudding done. Hurrah for the pumpkin pie. Yay!
Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
it's
thank
right.
you. Thank you.
Hooray for the pumpkin pie.
Hurrah for the pumpkin pie. Yeah.
Hurrah. Whatever.
I do have a pumpkin pie and an apple pie in my refrigerator waiting for the guys to come in and gobble it up. But you know what? I love pumpkin pie. Any memories of this, any memories of the song Over the River and Through the Wood? When we hear music, you know, memories pop up.
Mhm.
And anything you want to share about Over the River and Through the Wood?
Well,
Go ahead, Don.
we didn't go over the river and through the woods, but we always went to my grandparents' house
Uh-huh.
Thanksgiving. And there was a big family. We didn't have quite 25. We had probably 15 or 16 people all the time.
Mhm.
But, it was still something we
still a
did
lot.
every year. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So did anybody anybody grew up in the country and Thanksgiving, you actually killed your own turkey and
Oh,
you did that, Don? No?
no, I did not. My
My
brother though, my brother did or does or used to go turkey hunting, but I don't know if he gets one specifically for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
My mother grew up on a farm and she used to tell stories about whoever had to go out and wring the chicken's neck. And she
Yeah.
said she got good at the one snap. She could get it done in
Oh,
one
my
snap.
word.
Wow. My husband is Pennsylvania Dutch, and he grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania. And he said that Pop-Up, his grandfather, would get the mean old rooster, wring his neck, chop it, and throw it up, and it would go flapping, I guess.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Oh,
Then they
my
would make
word.
rooster soup.
Rooster soup. Yeah.
Oh, you know about rooster soup?
My grandmother used to talk about her mother wringing the chickens' necks and the chickens running around the yard of the house without their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I know. Crazy.
Crazy times back then. I don't know. Now,
Uh-huh.
It's
now you just
true.
buy the chicken from the store, right? From Albertsons.
I had to learn how to cut up a chicken when I was about 9 years old. My
Oh,
mother
my
would
word.
would not buy anything but a whole chicken. She wouldn't buy parts. So we had to learn how to chop up a chicken when I was
Oh,
young.
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
I'm a
Uh-huh.
vegetarian today.
Who's
And
vegetarian?
now you're
I am now a vegetarian, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Martha.
Mm.
So am I. You want to hear that story? When I was like 4 or 5 years old, I used to go spend not Thanksgiving, but the summers with my grandparents. And my grandmother had a chicken in the backyard. Well, that chicken was my friend. You know, chickens can be tamed.
Have fun.
And one day the chicken showed up. I mean, the chicken ended up on the table.
Oh, no.
Whoa. Oh.
Did it for me for the rest of my life.
Oh,
I totally get it.
I used to spend, I
Yeah.
used to spend my summers at my grandparents' farm in Wisconsin. They had a bunch of chickens. And my grandmother would look at me and she'd say, Phil, go get a chicken for dinner. And I'd have to go out and catch a chicken. Had a chopping block there, but we did it differently. We had a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh,
You
wow.
chop the chicken's head off, put him in that 5-gallon bucket so it didn't flop all over the yard. And
Run away.
chicken for supper.
And did you ever like hold the chicken by its legs and then dunk it in a boiling pot of water? So you can
Yes.
pluck the feathers?
Yeah, so you could pull the feathers off.
And I've never seen or experienced that. My husband would tell me, he said the odor is just something that you would never forget.
Yeah.
the odor of it.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Oh, my word.
So, well, next song is Count Your Blessings.
Mhm.
Count
Make
Your
it
Blessings.
One by one.
Yes. I thought we would do some hymns,
Uh-huh.
and then we have some other songs that we can do as well, some Thanksgiving
Okay.
hymns. But I love this song because this song, we don't know, we don't really realize unless we really count them. And that we actually have many blessings every day. We've got blessings coming our way. So I want to hear everybody sing or make a joyful noise. When upon life's billows you are tempest
Tempest
tossed,
tossed.
when you are discouraged, thinking all is
is
lost,
lost.
count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, think what God has done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God has done. Next page. Whoops, sorry. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem too heavy for all to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your
Too many
blessings,
blessings.
what God has done. Anybody want to share their blessings?
Mm. I always say every day's a gift,
Yes.
That's right.
and it
It
truly is. Yeah.
I
And
wake
it's-
up on this side of the dirt and it's a blessing.
Mhm. Yeah.
It is a blessing. And every day I feel like I am blessed by my family, my
Yeah.
children,
Oh, yeah.
even though half of them don't live close by, but they come home for Thanksgiving. So that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Waking
That's
up in the
good.
morning is a blessing.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I
Go
I
ahead.
consider all life blessing because I know after this physical life is gone, it'll be a more blessing
Mhm.
for me.
Mm. Yes, very much so.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, we just need to count our blessings and give thanks, be grateful. And I like how the second verse here, it says at the very end of the second verse, and you will be singing as the days go by when you know what your blessings are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
I believe that we both are given, we're given both blessings and trials,
Mhm.
and to me, they're about the same, because the blessings you enjoy because they were given to you, and trials are for you to learn from.
To learn from.
Mhm.
That's really good. That's a very good thought. Yes.
After the trial is done, you have the blessing.
That's right.
That's right,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yes. Then you have your blessing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really, this is one of my most favorite Thanksgiving songs, Count Your Blessings. Next one is Bless This House. You remember singing this in church?
A long time ago.
Yeah. It's an old song, and I don't really have all the chords learned for this, but let me see here. I'm going to try to play the song. Okay. I will try to make it. It's one of my favorite songs. Who sings it? Perry Como? Somebody famous sings it.
Now you're reaching back to my childhood.
Well, let me tell you, I've been a music therapist 40 years and actually not as young as I look. I started when I was 12. No, I didn't. So let's do Bless This House. And let's make a joyful noise. Bless this house, oh Lord, we pray.
Make it safe by night and day.
Bless this wall so firm and stout, keeping want and trouble out. Bless the roofs and chimneys tall, let thy peace lie over all. Bless his door that it may prove ever open to joy and love. Bless these windows shining bright, letting in God's heavenly light. Bless the hearth of blazing there, smoke ascending like a prayer. Bless the people here within, keep them pure and free from sin. Bless us all that we may be fit, O Lord, to bless us all, one day we may dwell, O Lord, with thee.
Yeah.
Bless
One
us.
of the phrases in there sounds very much like a, oh, come on, brain, I had it here in a minute.
Take a breath. Just take a breath.
Bing Crosby, the way he sings, it almost could be one of his hymns because the way some of the phrases were in here.
You're
Let me look
right.
it up.
You're right.
You may be right. It may be Bing Crosby, not Perry Como.
Yeah, since I can't sing, I was looking it up on Wikipedia. And it was first recorded in 1932 in London. And then it was it's been sung by a lot of famous people. Perry Como was one of them. The other ones, Rosemary Clooney, and those are about the only ones I recognize. But you know, it's a song that was written in the 1920s.
Yeah, in the 1920s, it was Perry Como.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah.
checking that up.
I love it when you look it up.
Yeah, yes. Isn't Google or YouTube or wonderful?
Thanks.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, yes. Anybody want to share about their home when they were growing up? Any memories about maybe growing up in the country, having 8 brothers and sisters?
No.
No?
We
No.
lived I grew up, we lived in a little house, had 2 brothers and my mother, she was a widow. And it was a 1-bedroom house,
Oh, my word.
but it had a garage converted into a bedroom.
Okay.
And the bathroom was in the basement.
Oh,
Okay.
good grief.
And so, but it was, I say I have a lot of memories there because it was warm. It was like it was a home, you know, it was so warm as far as for the way it was made and things like that, even though it was a small little house.
So which town did you live in?
This was Grand Forks, North Dakota.
North Dakota? Oh, my word.
Well, it's not so
Yeah.
much the bricks and the wood and the nails that makes a house. It's the
Right,
people
yeah.
in it.
Well,
It sounds like your mother worked hard to make that a home.
yeah, my mother, you know, like she, being a school teacher, she didn't make very much.
Yeah.
And she raised 3 boys on her own.
Oh, my word.
And
It
this
was a
little
lot of
house
love.
was actually a blessing for us because she could look out the window of her schoolroom and see the house.
Oh,
You know, even though it's down a
Nice.
block, she could see the house. So she could see if we left the door flying open and all sorts of things. But I just remember having a lot of memories of that house just because of the time we
Yeah.
spent there. We were there probably, I gotta think, from about my age 1 until I was into the 7th grade. So that was quite a few years.
Yeah, it was a lot of years. Yeah.
Yeah. And just a lot of memory. I remember one time, and this is a Christmas story. It was a small house, but all the relatives came. You gotta think about it, that's a lot of relatives.
Yeah.
One bathroom.
And yeah, 1 bathroom downstairs. And our Christmas trees every year was the tree that my mother had in her schoolroom. That's when they
Oh,
give real
really?
trees in schoolroom. And so she'd bring them home, and the tree was so small that you couldn't see the tree because there were so many presents around the tree. Those memories that just kind of stick with me.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's very nice. Good memories. A lot of
Yes.
love in that house.
Mhm.
And even though North Dakota was cold, it was just warm in your home.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anybody else want to share? No?
I grew up in Lubbock. Lubbock, have you ever been to Lubbock, Texas?
Once.
Okay.
And now you know better.
The reason I bring that up is because it's very flat, and they grow cotton fields, and is what they grew. And it was always cold in December, of course, with with the wind. It just blows and it's dang cold all the time. But
Paulette,
anyway,
Paulette, tell us about one of your Christmases there.
one of my Christmases there.
Yeah, in Lubbock.
Well, I don't know what I would tell you. We did traditional things about, always putting up the Christmas tree. And then the night that before Christmas Day came, we would all go to bed and wait for Santa Claus to come. And sure enough, when we woke up, there was presents under the tree.
Yay.
It was like magic.
Well,
Paulette,
in our family, we always went to church Christmas Eve. And we opened our presents on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But then we'd get up on Christmas morning and we would go to church again.
Yeah.
And there would also be at least one present when we came home.
Oh, really?
After church, yeah.
After
Wow.
church.
Santa was
Sometimes my
busy.
mother, I don't know how she did it, but there would be a present there for us after church. It wasn't there before we left.
So
I
how
don't
many
know how she did
children?
it.
How many
Yeah.
children were in the family?
There were 3 boys.
3 boys, no
Yeah,
girls?
yeah. No girls, no,
Oh,
3
my
boys.
word.
And, those are just memories and, everything in Christmas is revolved around church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, And,
Right.
I feel, I don't get out of church as much as I want anymore just because of COVID and not all the church services are dementia friendly anymore. And I struggle with the one we're going to because we don't have hymnals anymore and I can't concentrate on the screen.
Oh,
It just makes it so difficult
Mhm.
reading words and trying to pull it together on a screen where I could look at a book, the hymnal, and probably do it better.
The screens don't have music notes on them either, most of them.
No.
No.
And so that's what makes it difficult for me to do. If I know the hymn, it's no problem.
so where did you grow up? What city, what town?
Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Grand what? Grand what?
Grand
Grand
Forks, North
Grand
Dakota.
Forks? I don't think I've
Dakota.
ever been to Grand Forks, North Dakota.
It's
Yeah,
way
well,
up north.
I
A
would
lot of
love
people
to
have
tell you-
never been to Grand Forks, North Dakota. A lot of people have never been to North Dakota.
I
Yeah.
would love to tell you a story about Christmas stockings, if that's all right.
Sure.
Christmas stockings. I didn't know that people actually went out and bought Christmas stockings or that they made pretty ones. We always used the socks in our drawer for Christmas stockings.
Oh,
Really?
And my father loved hard candy. You've heard Dolly Parton sing about the hard candy Christmas. We had oranges and bananas and nuts and hard candy and change. It was always in our stocking, and that was what our stocking was.
Oh,
And by the
really?
time we'd get to it, the hard candy always had fuzz on it from the inside of the stocking. I just had to share. That is all.
How did you grow up, Philip, on Christmas? What all did you do?
Oh, let's see, late Christmas Eve, we would go out and get the last Christmas tree on the lot. Bring it home because it was the least expensive there.
Yeah, that time was the best buy.
Then we go to midnight mass, come home from midnight mass and,
Yep,
get ready for Santa Claus to come.
come. Yep, there you go. Mhm.
and isn't it just as a child waking up in the Christmas morning and seeing all those presents, all of a sudden they just appeared under the tree. Wasn't that
Yeah.
exciting?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Philip grew up in Chicago, born and raised in Chicago,
Oh,
cold country.
yeah. The Windy City.
There were 7 of us that lived in a 2-bedroom cold water flat,
Mm,
shared a bathroom with the neighbors in the flat behind us.
oh,
And now you wonder how people with a family of 4 has to have a 3,000 square foot house.
Yes,
Yeah. yeah, I know.
the times are changing.
Yes,
We have.
yes. Well, shall we move on?
Oh,
Sure, yeah,
Our next song is We Gather Together.
okay.
mhm.
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He chastens and hastens His will to make known. The wicked oppressing now cease from distressing. Sing praises to His name. He forgets not His own. Beside us to guide us, our God with us joining, ordaining, maintaining His kingdom divine. So from the beginning, the fight we were winning, Thou Lord was on our side. All glory be thine.
I don't think I've ever really sang the second verse. The first verse all the time as a pastor in the church, we sang it all the time.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good song.
Yes.
It is a good song. And we used to, my memories, we used to sing it before, when we all gathered around a table, we would sing it before
Yeah.
the Thanksgiving meal.
Hmm.
That's what we do as a church when we gather together for a meal. We'd sing the song.
Sweet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We never sing around a meal together because the family just could not sing.
Oh,
None of
And
us.
that's okay.
that's all right.
Try it.
We sang in church. That was enough.
Yeah, that's okay. That's really good. Any other memories while we gather together? I'm really enjoying this reminiscing session that we're doing.
Thank you. I enjoy it too.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving, is all of my family being together in the same place. And, you know, when I was younger, everybody spent the night at my grandparents' house.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
And so, you know, all the women were in the kitchen, you know, cooking till late at night, and all the guys would be in the den, either playing dominoes with my grandpa or watching a Western movie on TV. And the kids would be off in another room playing games. And my grandparents used to take care of foster children.
Mm.
At one time, when I was in grade school, they had a sibling group of 6.
Oh, my
Wow.
word, wow.
So, but just everybody being together and those favorite dishes that everybody
Yeah.
wants to have. And so everybody would just say which favorite dish they were going to make. And now there's so many favorite dishes that we have to pick and choose because there's not enough people to eat everything.
Right.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
not in one specific place because we moved a lot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then at Christmas time, something that we do before we open the gifts, we all sit around and read the Christmas story from the Bible.
Mhm.
And then we go around the room and everybody says something that they're thankful for
Mhm.
before we open any of the presents.
Oh, that's
very
great.
nice.
Yeah,
Very
good
nice.
And
idea.
it's really one of the most special times, and it's at Christmas, not at Thanksgiving, but it's taking time to stop and reflect on the blessings and what we're thankful for before we dive into opening the presents and doing the stockings. And the stockings usually have something comical. So
How many was in your family? How many
well,
children?
I'm a group of 4 sisters.
Oh, my
Wow.
word. 4 sisters.
And my mom was a twin. but her twin died when they were 16.
Oh,
She was the only child my grandparents had. So my grandparents were at all the holidays. If grandma and grandpa couldn't be there, we waited to celebrate our birthday till they could come.
Oh,
so where,
sweet.
where did you grow, hey, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, but lots of fun times just with everybody being together.
Yeah.
Good memories. So did you all sleep on the floor with so many kids?
Yes.
I guess probably when we were kids we did, but my grandparents, usually had couches and the kids would sleep on the couch or pallets on the floor. And part of the time my parents lived close enough, they might go to their house, but some of us would always be spending the night at my grandparents' house.
So how many kids were there?
It would depend on how many foster kids my grandparents had at the time.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
foster kids. Oh, my.
What a
But lots of
blessing.
fun
for
in the
you.
kitchen.
What a
Yeah,
blessing for you to get to share.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up in Lubbock, Texas,
Uh-huh.
and that is has anybody been to Lubbock? It's very flat and it's very, well, at the time I was living and growing up there, they always had a lot of sandstorms that came through.
Seems like Laura Bush wrote a book about her early years with Shrub, and she talked about the fact that it was dusty out west.
Yeah. My one time in Lubbock, I remember there was a lot of dust. Is that right?
Yeah, there always dust out there. Hard. Yeah,
Shall we move on to the next song?
sure.
Thanks,
So-
Aileen.
This is a funny one, Turkey in the
Yep.
Straw.
Yep.
I remember this song. We'll sing it first and then we will share our memories with us. And I have a funny memory with this.
Okay.
Let me see, let's do it loud. As I was a-going down the road with a tired team and a heavy load, I cracked my whip and the leader sprang. I says, day, day to the wagon town. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the hay. Turned up and twisted up a high tack a hook, and here's number two called the turkey in the straw. Next verse. Sorry. Did you ever go fishing on a warm summer day? And all the fish were swimming in the bay with their hands in their pockets and their pockets in their hands. Did you ever see a fishy do a hoochie hoochie dance? Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay. Rolling up and twisting up a high tack a hole and hit from a tune called Turkey in the Do you remember when you were a kid, did they ever have those barn dances?
We had sock hops where we were. I never lived in a place with a barn.
I don't think so. Okay.
No, I didn't go in barn dances. No, actually, I started dancing after I left home.
Oh.
My
Well,
mother and dad were Church of Christ, and they didn't go to dances at all.
uh-huh.
After I got married and grew up, and I was able to go out and do things I wanted to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
My parents were very strict too, but I went to college in California, east
Really?
of LA.
Yeah.
And actually still, that's a big city. And
Yeah.
we had barn dances. Can
Barn
you believe
dance.
that?
Yeah. I've heard of them. Yeah. I know what they're about.
Did you do the Cotton Eye Joe?
Sure.
John Paul Jones, all those barn dances. Oh, somebody's, yeah. Dan's wife is nodding her head. Were they a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What-
yeah, go ahead.
What college was it?
It's called La Sierra University
Okay.
in
'Cause I-
Riverside.
I lived in San Bernardino, so I had to go through Riverside to get to LA. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
in Riverside. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know where San Bernardino is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a farm and they had a barn. And it's actually really interesting because they would usually do that in the fall and right after school started. So all the boys and girls all the students would go there to see who like the girls would see who the new guys are. Let's take them out.
Yeah,
And the
and
guys
the guys
would
would
see who
go
the
see
new girls
who
are.
the girls were. Yes.
Yeah.
for sure.
And I remember doing all those round dances, like the
Square dance type of thing.
square dance type of
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yes, if you went to Billy Bob's, you could still do the Cotton Eye Joe.
Really?
I don't go to Billy Bob's. Does anybody go to Billy Bob's?
I
No,
know.
we
No?
have been, but we haven't been in a long time. Philip grew up in Chicago,
The Windy City.
the Windy City.
The only time that I ever did dancing was when I was in elementary school. Part of our, I guess you call it physical activity was when it's cold out, they try to teach us how to dance, barn dance or square dancing and
Oh, in the gym.
in the
Yeah.
gym.
Oh, in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I learned to dance to bingo. B-I-N-G-O.
I'm gonna see who that is.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You remember
Yeah.
B-I-N-G-O? Yep.
Mhm.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, all those memories, huh?
Yeah.
And do you remember doing is it the cakewalk when they had those
Mhm.
barn dances? The cakewalk, and then you bob for apples and you have hot
Mhm.
chocolate and they didn't allow drinking
Mhm.
Yes, Johnson.
and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of fun. So the next song, this is our last song. What a Wonderful World.
That's just right then.
Oh.
It's actually what I would like to do here, if I can, you can follow through and listen to Louis Armstrong sing it. If
Mhm.
you can get his video here. Let me see. I got it ready, but let's see here. What a Wonderful World with Louis Armstrong. See if you can, let me know if you can hear him. And then
Why don't we mute ourselves so we can hear him better?
oops, I gotta go through this. Can you hear it?
I could hear a little bit of it. Yeah.
See them blue for me and you. And I think to
Think
myself,
to myself, what a wonderful world.
You can sing along.
I see skies
Skies
of blue.
blue and clouds of white,
That's the day, the
dark sacred night.
Think
Think to myself,
What a wonderful world.
world,
the colors of the rainbow.
so pretty in the sky.
Also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying
How you do?
they really say I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. find much more, and I never knew. And I think to myself, what a
wonderful world.
I think to
To
myself,
myself, what a wonderful world.
Yay. Sweet to hear.
Mhm.
Isn't he amazing?
Yes.
I think this should be our theme for those that have dementia,
Mhm.
because it is a wonderful world that we live in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, count your blessings.
Eileen, you have blessed us with your presence today.
Absolutely.
And I can't
Yes.
wait
We
for
enjoyed
Gail to
this.
put you on the calendar so you can come back
Yes,
again,
yeah.
please.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I just want to end with one more thing.
Okay.
You know, Thanksgiving is, it started back in the, where in Plymouth.
Mhm.
And with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. I have a Native American flute here,
Mm.
and I would just like to play you a little song,
Okay.
and it's a spiritual call with a Native American flute called, I forgot. I'll just play it for you, and then you can guess what it is.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mhm. I'm going home.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. That was beautiful.
That's very beautiful. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
How
Yes.
peaceful. We do look forward to seeing you again, Eileen.
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
Please come back.
oh, thank you. I will be back.
Okay.
December. No, I will be back in a week, I think,
Oh, good.
Great.
Excellent.
Oh, you're coming with the choir?
with a choir.
It's
Yes.
November 30th, Tarrant
November
County
Wow.
MHMR. What does
I have-
ABG stand for?
It's a, I don't know what ABG stands for, but it's a choir of adults not severely, but adult learning disabled.
Oh, wonderful.
MHMR.
Okay.
Okay.
And we've been practicing our Christmas songs. And
Mm.
so I would like to be able to present them to you.
Yes, please.
We'll
Yes.
see you then
Wonderful.
next week. Oh, Eileen,
See you
that's
next week.
wonderful.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you, Eileen.
and happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving to all of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
happy
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
Thank you. Yes.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Take
All
care.
right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, because I won't see you guys tomorrow. So
Okay. Well,
we'll
let's
have a
take
great
You,
Thanksgiving.
Steve.
a
Thank
look
you.
and see what's coming up tomorrow. Today,
Wow.
we had Aileen Hummell's music therapy. Tomorrow,
That's good.
we have cookie conversations with Gail Snyder, chef.
Mhm.
She's actually making banana bread tomorrow, and I wouldn't doubt it, but she's probably baked some ahead and put it in the mail.
Yes.
I know Gail.
Knowing her.
Yeah.
Knowing her, that's right. Thursday, we have Emily Corbin, who has agreed to come and help us move to heal ahead of our big feast. And then Friday, the Glenn McLaughlin duo.
Oh,
Western
good,
Swing.
good.
What a week for Thanksgiving, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anybody have anything they want to share today?
We're
Well,
going to the ENT this afternoon, so we'll report tomorrow.
Yay.
Oh.
Well, Don, you sound
Good
wonderful.
luck. Yeah, you
Well,
sound,
thank
your
you.
voice is sounding much
Mhm.
better.
Yes.
I think so
Great.
too.
That's great. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank
All right,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Miss you
everybody.
tomorrow,
Bye.
Sandy.
Bye-bye.